He cheated, man. He cheated. He had rockets up his ass. He cheated.
Do you still feel
He
that?
cheated. Cheated.
Super disappointed. Like, let me go down to my shoe.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Was you shocked when the referee decided to jump in? Like,
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, I heard the
Yeah.
click.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Let me just get through the round. Let me slip a slide and then we're going to 12 rounds. At least we're close. Maybe we're equal on the scorecards, and then we can fight for it till the end.
He was smart enough and crafty enough for that not to happen, but it was very risky at times. Should it have been stopped? In my opinion, no. I think the 10-second clatter went at 2 minutes 50 seconds in. It was announced at 2 minutes 51 seconds the fight was stopped. The referee, I don't think he gave Rico enough chance to at least get to the corner, get to the end of the
Tyson Fury destroys Oleksandr Usyk after controversial Rico Verhoeven stoppage. Fury didn't hold back, blasting Usyk over what he called a complete robbery against Rico Verhoeven, claiming the referee saved Usyk from real punishment. He further doubled down, accusing Usyk of being a cheater and reminding fans that he himself was robbed twice in their past encounters, insisting this pattern proves Usyk is being protected throughout his career.
What did the psychologist say? He could never come back to where he was.
Yeah.
Because of his psychological things. He'll never get back to where he was because I smashed him to pieces twice. Literally took years off his life. And the fact that he's 40-year-old, the sand's run out of the bottle for him. Nothing to do with these defeats to me, and admitting he'd been beat. He can never get back to where he was. One reason, he's past his prime. It's gone. Sell by date. It's like if you get the best steak ever, don't give $1,000 for a steak. You leave it in the fridge for a week and it goes off. You ain't going to eat it. You're never going to get it back again. You can't rejuvenate it. Unless there's a youth serum.
It's something that Usyk does, a little bit of tricks of the trade.
Well, yeah. Listen, winners win. They win ugly. Winners win anyhow. Win ugly. Usyk is a master of that. Whatever it takes to win. He's done it all through his career. I'm not here to go back on make it to do. I could go into details from before in the past, not just with the fights he's had with my fighter, fights he's had with other people. Yes, it does always look to the referee. There was one point, I think it might have been round 5, where the Rico hit a perfectly good shot to the body, and he pointed to the referee to say that was low. No, that was not low. And it's just the things he does. But nevertheless, like I said, winners, which he is a serial winner, they find their way to win, and he found their way to win.
Tyson Fury didn't just criticize Oleksandr Usyk. He went as far as calling him a cheater, while also suggesting that the Ukrainian champion is now risking his health by continuing to fight at this stage of his career. Fury insisted he had already predicted this downfall, comparing Usyk to great fighters who stayed too long and eventually paid the price. He made it clear that, in his view, Usyk is no longer in his prime and is forcing himself into dangerous situations that could damage both his legacy and long-term health.
Risking his health as well as everything else. So it's a sad state to get in, but I hate to say it, but I told you so. I said this would happen to him, just like it happens to all the great fighters of the past. We all go on too long, we all spend all our money, and we all regret it in the end. But changing back to the other question you asked me, how am I dealing with my defeats to Usyk? Do you know, I leave it in 24. I think with me being a total psychologist, without someone telling me to leave it in 24, I sort of worked that out for myself, that I'm very blessed and very, very, very fortunate to be in this position, that I have my full family with me, and my dad and my brothers and my wife and my kids, and I can do anything I want. I chose boxing. I choose boxing because I love boxing. I ain't boxing because, I spent my money, because I don't really spend any money. I don't really spend a lot of money.
Eddie Hearn praised Rico Verhoeven's performance, saying Usyk struggled badly to handle his rhythm and pressure throughout the fight. He claimed he had Rico ahead going into the 11th round, and even saw signs Usyk was close to being stopped. However, Hearn still called the referee's decision a poor stoppage, adding more controversy to the result.
I thought it was incredible. I thought Rico was unbelievable. I mean, it was the rhythm. Usyk just couldn't get to terms with it, and I had Rico up in the fight. going into that 11th round. And I felt like Usyk, buzzed him a little bit in the 10th and actually could have had. I was saying to AJ and everybody else, he's got to stick it on him there. I think he can actually stop him, and he did stop him. I thought it was a poor stoppage. I know that you can never think about how long left in the round, but what was there, a couple of seconds left in the round?
Yeah.
And I think when you're up in the fight or you're that competitive, you can't stop a fight when he's not taking really any serious punishment, even though the knockdown was...
Daniel Dubois raised serious doubts over Usyk's reaction during the stoppage moment, questioning whether the champion exaggerated the situation after taking a clean shot. He insisted it was not a low blow and claimed Usyk showed no clear sign of a foul, sparking fresh controversy over fairness inside the ring. Dubois' remarks add another layer of criticism toward Usyk, suggesting that key moments may have been influenced by interpretation rather than clear rule violations, further intensifying the debate around the fight's legitimacy and outcome.
But it was a body shot. It was a body shot.
Okay, bro.
That was clear.
It wasn't the past, okay.
Oleksandr Usyk remained calm and dismissive when addressing the growing controversy, stating that he is not focused on external opinions about the stoppage. He emphasized that his job is simply boxing and winning fights, avoiding direct engagement with criticism or debate. However, his neutral response has only fueled further discussion among fans and analysts, with many interpreting his silence as an attempt to distance himself from the backlash surrounding the controversial result.
I do not think about this. A lot of people say, hey, it's early, it's not. Listen, it's not my job. My job is...
Rico Verhoeven expressed clear frustration over the referee's decision, insisting he was still fully aware and ready to continue when the fight was stopped. He believes the timing was incorrect and even suggested the bell may have already sounded, strengthening his argument for a mistake in officiating. Rico called for accountability, stating the result should be reviewed through a no-contest ruling or scorecards.
Like that's why right away when the referee came in, I wasn't dazzled or whatever. I was looking at the referee and like, why is it stopping? Like, we're almost there. So it didn't make any sense to me. And then now looking back at it, even the bell went.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's something he should be aware of. So yeah, of course mistakes can be made, but then looking back at it, the referee should admit.
Duke McKenzie strongly urged Oleksandr Usyk to consider retirement, warning that father time eventually catches every fighter and the risk is now becoming too dangerous. He suggested Usyk is no longer in his unstoppable phase and could end up as an easy target for younger, hungrier challengers looking to make a name off his legacy. McKenzie's comments paint a harsh picture of Usyk's current position, implying that continuing at this level could lead to a damaging defeat that would overshadow everything he has achieved in boxing.
Father time catches up with everybody sooner or later, and it would be catastrophic to see the great Oleksandr Usyk get beat by one of these young, up-and-coming, young, hungry lions that are out there. Because he's like a piece of meat, and everybody wants that piece of meat right now, and they want that bite. And Moses Atama, he's another one. Cabello, he's another one.
Ex-promoter Alex Krasiuk admitted he always saw Rico Verhoeven as a serious danger, highlighting his mental strength, raw energy, and fighting spirit as key weapons in the fight. He emphasized that Rico was not just a technical challenge, but a character-driven threat capable of pulling off a major upset against Oleksandr Usyk. Krasiuk revealed he sensed from the beginning that this matchup carried real risk, and the outcome only confirmed those fears, as Rico pushed Usyk far harder than many expected.
I saw Rico, I saw his potential, his energy, how strong mentally he is. He has the balls made of stone. And that's what I felt, that it's not about skills, it's about the character. So this guy is capable of doing an upset. He's capable of realizing a miracle. And that's why I felt I was looking that it's going to be something extremely risky for Usyk, which actually happened.
Rico Verhoeven voiced strong frustration over the decision, insisting the referee made a serious mistake and that the result should be officially reviewed. He argued that he was ahead on the scorecards and fully capable of continuing, suggesting the fight could have gone to a no contest or been settled properly on points. Rico's appeal claims have intensified debate around the controversy, with growing discussion about whether the officiating cost him a career-defining victory against Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah, of course mistakes can be made, but then, looking back at it, the referee should admit his mistake, look back at it and say like, hey, so it's either a no contest or we go to the scorecards. And I think if we go to the scorecards, I was ahead.
Derek Chisora reacted with pure anger, calling the stoppage an early decision and openly claiming Rico Verhoeven was robbed of a fair result. He showed strong frustration at how the fight ended, insisting the referee completely misjudged the situation. Chisora also quickly shifted focus to Rico's future, suggesting high-profile matchups like a potential clash with Dillian Whyte or even a rematch. His explosive reaction adds more heat to the controversy, reinforcing the growing belief that Rico was denied a defining victory inside the ring.
That was an early stoppage. They robbed that fucking guy.
What's next for Rico, do you think?
Okay, huh?
What do you think's next for Rico?
Dillian Whyte. I think Rico should fight Dillian Whyte. Huh?
Yeah, what about the rematch?
They got a rematch.
Carl Froch strongly questioned the timing of the stoppage, pointing out that the 10-second warning came right at the end of the round and suggesting the referee could have allowed the fight to continue. He noted that many ringside observers had Rico Verhoeven ahead on the scorecards by a clear margin, making the decision even more controversial. Froch also cast doubt on Oleksandr Usyk's performance, implying he looked unusually troubled compared to his usual dominance. His comments have intensified debate over whether the stoppage protected Usyk from a worse outcome.
Came out, he got up on the 8 count, and then the 10-second clapper went, so it was right towards the end of the round, and it was almost like the referee could have let the fight go on, just so we could have seen the final round, because on a lot of scorecards around the ringside, people had Rico ahead by about 2 or 3 rounds, and difficult to argue with. I don't know what Usyk was doing. Has Usyk got old overnight? I doubt it.
Peter Fury expressed serious concern over the referee's decision, insisting the bell had already gone before the fight was stopped and calling it a clear premature stoppage. He emphasized that Rico Verhoeven was still on his feet, active, and willing to continue exchanging punches when the referee stepped in. Fury argued that in a world title level fight, such timing mistakes should never happen, especially in such a competitive contest. His reaction strengthens the growing narrative that Rico was unfairly denied the chance to finish the fight properly.
What can I say? It's done. But when you're fighting for the world title and your man's put such a good performance up and he's in the fight, okay, he gets put down, but he gets back up. And he was missing and he's fired, he shot, he tried to fire back as well. So the bell's gone and then he decides to stop it. He's on his feet. So he should have been let walk back.
Ariel Helwani delivered one of the strongest criticisms, calling the stoppage an absolute disgrace and insisting Rico Verhoeven was robbed of a legitimate result. He argued that every angle clearly showed the fight ended at the wrong moment, accusing the officiating of damaging the integrity of boxing. Helwani also suggested the scorecards and decision-making process were deeply flawed, stating that Rico deserved far better in such a high-stakes moment. His emotional response has significantly amplified the controversy surrounding Oleksandr Usyk's win.
The fight is stopped with 1 second left in the 11th round. But in reality, if you actually watch it, and I've watched every single video, every single angle, it was seconds after the 11th round was over. It was an absolute awful stoppage. Rico Verhoeven deserved better. He was absolutely robbed. That was a disgrace of a stoppage. And the scorecards were a disgrace as well. And now, once again, someone comes over to boxing. And as they said on the broadcast, you can't let someone walk in there.
Derek Chisora openly backed Rico Verhoeven before the fight, admitting he personally believed Rico had the tools to pull off a major upset against Oleksandr Usyk. He pointed out that Rico actively asked for this challenge, showing confidence and ambition. while Usyk did not specifically seek this matchup. Chisora also highlighted the unpredictable nature of boxing, especially in high-pressure environments where history is often made unexpectedly. His comments reflect how many underestimated Rico's chances, and how the outcome ultimately shocked even those inside the boxing world who were expecting a comfortable Usyk victory.
You picked Rico Verhoeven to win this fight, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And then I saw his promoter, Jason, when we were coming in the red carpet, and I go to him, I think he might win this, because Derek, I think so too. Because remember, he asked for this fight. Oleksandr didn't ask for this fight, so I pick him to win it. We're definitely going to get upset here today. Listen, history was made. Look behind us, we've got the pyramids. You know, we're in Africa, and most people have lost it.
Jason Statham praised Oleksandr Usyk as a tremendous champion, acknowledging his greatness and everything he represents in boxing. However, he also reminded fans that in competitive sports, no fighter is ever truly safe from an upset, no matter how dominant they appear. His remarks highlighted the unpredictable nature of boxing, where one moment can change everything and underdogs always have a chance. While supportive of Usyk, Statham's comments indirectly reinforced the idea that Rico Verhoeven's performance should not have been completely dismissed, as surprises are always possible at the highest level of the sport.
Yeah, Usyk is a tremendous champion. I love it. I love everything about him, what he stands for. But, you know, the thing about, you know, the fight game and you know, and competitive sport in general, an upset is always around the corner. You can never discount anybody. And, you know, that's the thing about, you know, boxing in particular. This is your last chance. Buy the pay-per-view on DAZN.
Michael Bisping reacted strongly and controversially, directly accusing Oleksandr Usyk of cheating in relation to the fight's disputed moments. His blunt statement intensified the already heated debate surrounding the stoppage, adding a serious accusation that sparked even more division among fans and analysts. Bisping's comments reflect the frustration and disbelief from some in the combat sports community who felt the outcome was unfair or poorly handled. By using such strong language, he escalated the controversy further, turning an already disputed victory into a wider discussion about integrity and officiating in boxing.
It's for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Let the man go down. There's a 3 knockdown rule in boxing. There was only 1 knockdown there. I'm just a little disappointed for Rico going out there fighting like that, showing the heart that he did, and almost pulling off the upset because he was clearly ahead on the scorecards. And then to get dropped in round 11, get back to his feet, take a few more shots but not go down and the referee stop it. Nah, man. Nah. After going through 11 rounds of war, you're going to stop it because of that? I didn't like that at all.
Rico Verhoeven expressed clear disappointment after the controversial stoppage, stating he felt fully capable of continuing and believed the fight should have gone on into the final round. He explained that his plan was to survive the moment, recover, and potentially turn the fight around on the scorecards. Rico insisted the referee acted too early, cutting off a crucial opportunity to finish the contest properly. His reaction strongly suggests he intends to appeal the decision, reinforcing the growing belief that the stoppage may have denied him a fair and complete chance to compete for victory.
To be completely honest, I just saw the end because of all the comments I was reading, and they stopped the fight after the bell. So the bell went, and then they stopped the fight. So yeah, I think we might just go and appeal it, because this doesn't make any sense, right? No. Like if the bell goes and then stop the fight, then why? You know, it's like, then it's my time to rest.
Johnny Nelson questioned the referee's decision, insisting Rico Verhoeven was still in control enough to continue and should have been given more time to recover. He pointed out that the 10-second warning and stoppage sequence happened almost immediately after each other, leaving very little opportunity for Rico to respond or reach the corner. Nelson clearly stated in his opinion the fight should not have been stopped at that moment, adding more weight to the criticism surrounding the timing. His remarks strengthened the growing argument that the stoppage was rushed and potentially unfair in such a high-level contest.
forward, and it was that awkward attacking style that Usyk always seems to have problems with. Remember when he boxed Derek Chisora? Handful it was. Derek was just unpredictable. He was just staring in his face. It was cumbersome. He was lugging forward, and that's what Rico did as well. And he made it hard for Usyk to set a pattern of attack. And at times, I thought Usyk's going to get knocked out because Rico was throwing a big sweeping right hand, just whizzing past him. And I thought, just takes one of those, right time, right place, and it could be.
Dave Coldwell delivered a harsh warning about Oleksandr Usyk's career trajectory, comparing him to legendary fighters who continued boxing beyond their peak and eventually suffered unexpected defeats. He explained that even the greatest champions cannot maintain prime-level dominance forever and often begin to decline without realizing it. Coldwell suggested Usyk is now entering that dangerous stage where legacy can be damaged if he continues too long. He openly stated he wants Usyk to retire, arguing that walking away now would protect his achievements before age and wear and tear start affecting his performances more visibly.
In the peak, it doesn't happen that way. And they start losing fights. They start, we talk about tarnishing legacy and they stay around too long. I think Usyk's in that bracket now, staying around too long. I want him to retire.
The fallout from Oleksandr Usyk's controversial win over Rico Verhoeven has exploded into one of boxing's biggest debates, with legends, promoters, and analysts completely divided over what really happened. While some insist Usyk was saved by a premature stoppage, others believe Rico exposed real cracks in the champion's performance and even pushed him closer than expected. From accusations of robbery and cheating to urgent calls for Usyk to retire, the narrative around his legacy is shifting fast. One thing is clear, this fight didn't just end in controversy. It may have changed how fans see Usyk forever. If you want more explosive boxing breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe for the next big controversy.